Kami yung shotcasters niyo, si Vittorio, tapos si Julian Naps. Nandito na tayo agad sa ating ban and picks.
Oh, natatawa pa rin ako sa, ooh!
Anong pero yan na.
Yung ano, yung U, tapos W na maliit, tapos U ulit. Ooh.
Yeah, pero tingnan natin dito. We're seeing Jarvan the Fourth being picked up by DR Esports plus Lee Sin and Ziggs. Makikita natin dito yung potential ng kanilang ganking capabilities. May Mega Inferno Bomb na magbibigay ng additional damage sa kahit malayo pa si Ziggs, and we have a lot of pickup potential on the Lee Sin as long as he lands his combos. Pero nakikita natin dito, Brand-driven Braum and Akshan is actually gonna be picked up by looking for bootcamp. And medyo nakakagulat na
Akshan.
pinili nila si Akshan kasi para sa akin hindi siya ganun ka-viable.
Ngayon sa meta ng Wild Rift ngayon,
Hindi siya
ganun
ganun
ka-viable.
ka-bettable. Kasi parang underpowered pa yung mga skills niya. Hindi pa siya enough na mag 1v1.
Yeah, well, that's true. Thank you for that information, Mayor of Esports Vittorio. Well, I'm very much excited. Ngayon ko lang ulit makakita ng Ziggs support. I don't know, actually, there is a Senna. Senna is a really good champ ngayon dito sa Wild Rift. And also, they're going to pick is the Numu and nandito sa side ni Jen. Nuno and Willamp pala, Numu. Ang Mumu yung nasa isip ko.
Anyway, Nunu and Willamp is actually gonna be the jungle, and mabilis naman yung clear wave ni Nunu and Willamp, pero kasi ang ayaw ko sa kanya is yung ultimate niya is kailangan mo pa i-charge, and not most of the time mabilis lang kasi siyang i-crowd control. Once you crowd control the Nunu
Yung
and
snowball
Willamp,
niya, actually.
hindi-
Kailangan mong timingan yung pagbitaw ng snowball eh. The biggest snowball.
hindi yan yung ultimate niya.
Oo nga, pero kailangan may timingan yun ng kasama dun sa ultimate niya. Kasi 'di ba may knock-up yun.
Oh, pero kasi
Alam nga naman mag-ulti ka agad, oh.
bihira mo lang makukuha yung moment na makakapag-charge ka sa gitna ng isang clash na
Kaya kailangan
ang dami
nilang
naming crowd
timingan.
control, di ba?
Huwag kang negats.
Hindi, feeling ko talaga yun.
Guys, negats ngayon.
Mahihirapan talaga dito
Negatibo.
sila Nuno and Willamp.
Ang ating mayor of esports.
Mahihirapan yan kasi
Hindi.
unang-una nakikita natin dyan. Merong may Renekton tayo. May Jarvan the
Ay,
Fourth.
sabagay,
Meron
oo.
tayong Lee Sin. Meron din tayong Ziggs.
Masyadong mabigat yung side ng
Oh,
DR Esports dito
wala
talaga.
silang wala silang makukuhang moment na makakapag-crowd control siya ng okay, makakapag-charge siya ng matiwasay. And makikita natin dito, Senna is gonna be in the support position. Rox
Support.
is gonna be holding that. And unang-una pa lang, makikita na natin yung aksyon. And that's gonna be Braum getting his passive in, and that's gonna be a lot of damage coming in from action. And Rox almost taken as a first blood, but it was able to expend the flash to get out of that sticky
Yes.
situation.
And very helpful din yung heal. That would be sana na first blood from the side of looking for bootcamp. But here onto the top lane, there's just an aggression going on. Si DR Gospel dito, I mean, mabilis kasi mag-clear talaga ang isang Ziggs. Kaya naman ginagawa din siya dun, ginagamit din siya dun sa duo lane.
Yeah, kaso medyo tagilid tayo sa bottom lane kasi una-una, we have a lot of capabilities dahil dyan sa Braum na yan. Ang bilis lang makapag-harass dito ang isang action. And DR Gospel is actually only has a sliver of health. Kailangan niya bumalik sa base because for sure, once Rox gets, once that action gets a lock-in onto that Ziggs, that's gonna be definitely a first blood for looking for bootcamp. And ang expectation natin dito, DR Esports is gonna be coming out strong.
Yes.
Pero ang nakikita natin dito, kabaliktaran, looking for bootcamp is actually getting a lot of those harassments in.
Yan, especially objectives. And sisecure na dito ni Willamp ang Scuttler because they really need it onto the early game. Pero tama ka naman doon sa sinabi mo na it's hard for a Ziggs kasi nga naman ang katapat niya dito is Braum. Mabilis din mag-clear ng wave. Especially pag sa Ziggs kasi kailangan ng position din yan. Parang napapaisip ako pag nag-clash na sila sa may DR side. Paano kayang positioning dito ni Ziggs? Kasi it's either pwede siyang unahin na side of looking for bootcamp. Speaking of looking for bootcamp, there's gonna be an aggression onto D.
Yes, that's gonna be a first blood coming in from the side of looking for bootcamp. And medyo may hirapan sila dito because they need a gank coming in from the jungler. Pero nakita kasi nila dito, Lee Sin was farming onto the Krugs, onto the top lane. And nagkaroon ng information, siyempre I'm looking for Bootcamp to go for a commit on that kill, on that Ziggs.
Especially malayo kasi dun si Lee Sin so they're gonna be more aggressive. What I'm expecting is that magiging aggressive dito yung side ng DR Esports because as you can see sa lineup nila, kanina nga yung sinabi mo, they have the J4, they have the Listen, plus dun sa backline nila, they have the Sigs. And alam naman natin si Roxlyn, isa yan sa mga magagaling na support dito ngayon sa Wild Rift.
Pero ang problema kasi nila dito is, yes, they have the pick of potential,
Aha.
pero mali kasi yung yung ganking lanes nila dito.
Actually.
Imposible kasing mapatay nila agad dito si Riven. We had the Lee Sin and we had the Jarvan of course onto the top lane, and Renekton was just clearing the lanes. So,
hindi
paano
ka agad
mahuhuli
nag-gank
itong Riven? Paano mo mahuhuli itong Riven?
Especially kailangan nila mag-gank talaga dito si Riven. Alam naman natin, very strong champion yan ngayon. Most pick siya actually even in the ranked games sa Wild Rift. So kung hindi talaga gagawa ng paraan dito, yung jungle ng side ng DR Esports, pwede sila mapantayan ng looking for bootcamp.
Mahirapan talaga sila. Plus, medyo late na rin dito yung exchange nila ng lanes. They exchanged the lane with J4 actually taking up to the bottom lane. The Mountain Drake has been spawned, and makikita natin looking for bootcamp is actually the first team to be into the Dragon's Pit.
It's either they're gonna go yung DR Esports, pwede sila mag-Herald Anderson, or talagang i-commit nila dito yung sa DR. Let's see if... speaking of which, here comes the first clash here from the DR Esports. Mamamatay dito ang isang Lee Sin. Napalibutan siya ng looking for bootcamp, and the disengage is real on the side of the DR Esports. Now, they're still chasing in for that Rox. Rox in a low health with a stun, but still managed to escape. And now they're coming in for that Herald Anderson, at makukumit pa to ng isang looking for bootcamp. Let's see if they can actually contest this.
Yes, Braum is actually gonna be the target of Cataclysm, and grabe yung damage na pinapakita dito ng Brand, getting a lot of those hits in. And nakikita natin dito, Fate is locking into the Riven. Riven is gonna be taken out, and the scores has been tilted into the side of DR Esports.
That was really a nice exchange kung makikita natin dito sa replay. Napaganda nung ginawa doon ng J4. Tinry dito ni Willem na talagang mag-frontline para mag-buy time siya dito sa mga teammates niya. Pero nagkaroon ng redemption dito si Fate. And nakakuha sila ng kill down, which is the Riven. Which is a good thing because natalo sila doon sa may DR side And now bumawi dito yung DR Esports sa Rift Herald.
Medyo nakakagulat na makikita natin dito is looking for bootcamp was actually in a very, very strong position into the early game. Pero they botched that Rift Herald confrontation. Hindi nila nakita kasi na wala sila masyadong vision onto the side of DR Esports. And that's gonna be a bad thing. When you're going to take an objective, you actually need to have a lot of visions in.
Yeah.
And hindi nakita ng looking for bootcamp na nandun na lahat ng majority of the members of DR Esports. Yes, they were able to get some damage in with the Brand's ultimate, but that doesn't really matter if mauubos din yung mga heroes ninyo na supposedly na dapat mag-farm up pa. And Riven, who was also in a very, very good position in the top lane, nabaliktad agad. Nakuha nila yung first turret of the game, plus they were getting a lot of kills for the side of DR Esports.
Yes. And plus, kasi nag-buy time talaga dito yung Nuno and Willem. Namatay na siya doon. But hindi pa rin kasi nag-disengage yung si Riven. And wala pa din yung teammates niya doon. Tama ka naman doon. Warding capability din is really important here at Wild Rift. And now, the side of DR Esports is pushing into the middle lane. But there's gonna be a commotion going on here onto the bottom lane. Cataclysm was struck down. But they're trying to chase Fate and still manage to escape. Still.
Actually, yun yung pangit para sa akin kay Action. But DR Esports was able to get the second tier turret in the mid lane. Ang pangit kasi kay Action is, yes, he has that long range lock-in.
Yes,
pero
yes, that's
it's not gonna be enough usually. Mas lalo na pag tanky yung mga
it's kind of the
hinahabol
damage
niya.
it's not there.
Hindi mo
You know?
mararamdaman na parang makakatakas pa rin yung mga fighters.
supposedly dapat patay na dun si Fate, but it's the second time na na-manage niyang maka-escape talaga. It was a 3-man gank.
Parang kulang talaga yung damage para kay Action. So,
Let's see,
I still
in the
think
late
it's a
game.
very, very off meta. It's been paying off for them na wala sila masyadong squishy on the side of DR Esports. Only Rox and Gospel actually the viable targets for looking for bootcamp. And ang hirap namang habulin kasi ang isang Senna with invisibility, and they already have an info where Nunu and Willem is. That's also going to be an info that Brad is going to be coming from the base. There's going to be a 1v1 on the top lane. Actually, Riven and Renekton actually going in for some skirmishes.
Yeah.
And makikita natin dito that the DR Esports is going to be able to catch Nunu and Willem. And that is going to be 4-man gank. And that is going to be a position advantage for DR Esports.
Yeah, the thing about DR Esports, they're team-oriented. As you can see here, they're chasing in with the catalysm from that J4. Still, wala pa rin namamatay onto the side of looking for bootcamp. But onto the behind, here comes Riven trying to chase, and another kill for him from that J4. Naiwan doon ng isang J4. Here comes Listen. Paiba-iba na sila ng objective. Renekton here trying to get a kill again. And nanalo na naman ang DR Esports na baliktad nila. Riven was really good. Nasa backline siya. Nakapatay siya dito. Actually, nakikita natin dito sa may replay. But then again, there's lack of team composition. Renekton, very tanky. Hinabol na dito si I Am Thug.
And nakikita natin dito sa highlights ito, the Action was actually getting a lot of free hits onto the league scene. But he wasn't able to convert the kill, and that says a lot on the skill sets of an Action. It's not that the Action is bad, but the skill sets and ability to deal damage in a short time is not there. The damage per second is just so low for that Action to get a clear kill. But we're gonna see here Riven being joined by Braum, but that is gonna be the Damascen
Rox.
standard. And also Rox joining in to the party with the big Inferno bomb coming in from the Ziggs, finishing off Caleb. Caleb is gonna be in a dangerous position, and that is gonna be another win for GR Esports. I'm sorry for that it's gonna be.
It's gonna be. But you know, napakaganda ng micromanagement doon ni Edaf. Like, he was onto the brush and then just gonna go and dash in, and still they won that clash. Now they're here in the tri-brush. Nag-iipon na dito si Fate. Meron, chill muna tayo dito because sunod-sunod talaga yung pagiging aggressive dito ng DR Esports from the early to mid. I was thinking na makakapantay dito yung looking for bootcamp, pero tama nga naman yung sinabi dito ni Vittorio na they're just trying to get some items and they'll go in. Speaking of going in, here comes the Listen again. The ultimate of the Brown has been procced down. Nagsisiksikan na sila dito. Hindi ko na alam kung ano nangyayari, pero very tanky talaga dito si Edaf. Edaf trying to be the frontliner here, but on to the backside. Naubos ang looking for bootcamp, and they're still chasing in that Jen. Jen was managed to escape. That would be a wipeout. But what can you say about that? Kasi nagsiksikan na naman sila eh.
I think looking for bootcamp already lost the clash once they lost the Action. We can see a lot of those plays coming in from the Jarvan the Fort, being able to soak up the damage coming in from looking for bootcamp, and that says a lot because they are leading in gold, so they are definitely having a lot more of the advantages in terms of items. Makikita natin dito, Jarvan the Fort already has the armor enchantment, and I don't think looking for bootcamp is needs to commit for those macro clashes because they're gonna be losing it. Yes, they have a brand, they have a Braum, but as long as they're not gonna be able to pick off the Ziggs or even Rocks, they're not gonna win any type of confrontation.
You know, the thing about it is very good yung ginagawa dito ultimate. Speaking of ultimate, meron na naman tayo nangyayari aggressiveness dito. Renekton on a rampage, trying to get Another kill from the side of the looking for bootcamp. Here comes the unbreakable will has been commit here with the ultimate of that action. It's not enough. Actually, the damage is not enough. Panasok na isa-isang pumapasok dito ang looking for bootcamp at isa-isa din silang nauubos. You know, he's trying to escape and for sure mahabol pa rin ito ng Listen. Look at that micromanagement. Pero we have a life still here. Let's see who is gonna win. Is it the Listen or the Riven?
Oh,
Here comes
that's gonna be a
Zonias.
miss.
Ooh, flash out. Oh, still, what a nice sidestep coming in from that I Am Thug. But here comes the teammates of the DR Esports. And, you know, DR Esports still won that game. Alam mo yung parang nag-1v1 kami dito, bakit kayo sumali? Pero, you know, that was a good play. Ang daming micromanagement ang nangyari, Vittorio. And online na din yung Renekton. Ang layo na din ng gold gap dito. Around 16,000. It's gonna be hard for the side of the looking for bootcamp to actually become a comeback Israel.
I don't think that there's gonna be a comeback. We already saw the potential of the lineup of looking for bootcamp. It's diminishing by the minute, and we're already at the 30-minute mark. And I'm not expecting a lot from the action. Brand is actually leading the charge in terms of gold for looking for bootcamp, but I don't think it's going to be enough to actually save them from the looming defeat from DR Esports. They were doing a lot of good things in the early game, but once we entered the middle parts of the game, they've been falling from the strategies here, and that's gonna be a depth rush.
Ooh, nice.
Getting in. Braum uses his ultimate to disengage, but that
Wait,
is
listen.
going to be the resonance strike. Again, connecting to Braum, and with the Renekton
Ooh,
out to the
DF4.
backside, getting that Brand. There is nothing left but to say, GG, well played, because DR Esports is definitely going to win this with the top lane creeps already into the mouth of the Nexus.
That was really a good play from the DR Esports as expected. You know, very hasado talaga ang DR Esports when it comes to tournaments. Nakita na natin yan kahit kakasimula pa lang ng